February 27, 2021, at the Cane Grove Neighborhood Democratic Council Office, Cane Grove, Mahika Berbice, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Residents are encouraged to come with questions or queries on your bill or any other GPL matter. GPL's competent staff will be on site to assist at the point of your need. GPL is on the move.
Digicel Prime Bundles just got better with 3 new apps. Watch more with PlayGo. Cheer more with Sportsmax. Read more news with Loop. Listen more with D-Music. Plus extra data. It's simply more bundles together. 51 gigabytes for 7 days for only $2,000. Live the experience with Digicel. Activate today on the My Digicel app.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio for Friday, February 26, 2021. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. In the introduction to her budget presentation, Minister of Education Priya Manikchand admonished the House, but particularly the APNU-AFC opposition, for its poor conduct in Parliament. Minister Manikchand's schooling comes on the heels of reports that exposed the hurling of racist, homophobic and sexist insults from one member of Parliament to the other during the opening of budget debates. The Education Minister, before moving on to the crux of her presentation, reminded the House that the conversation should not be about an MP's weight, hair, or their style of dressing. In other news, former EPA head Dr. Vincent Adams said that foreign investment is necessary for the growth of a country. He emphasized that he supports such direct investment. But Dr. Adams said that Guyana must be cognizant that foreign companies, especially those in the oil sector operating or looking to operate in Guyana, are only looking to build self-interests, but not do the country a favor. Dr. Adams reminded that those executives are doing their jobs in what is in the best interest of their corporation. It is against this background that Dr. Adams reminded of the importance of Guyanese protecting and fighting for the country's best interest. And now let's tell you just hours after resuming duties at the Guyana Police Forces headquarters, yesterday, Deputy Commissioner Paul Williams was posted to the Civil Defense Commission with immediate effect. Williams was sent on a 192 days annual vacation leave on August 17th of 2020, mere weeks after the new government administration took office following the last elections. That leave ended on Wednesday, and Williams reported to the police headquarters at Ivleri to resume his duties. Williams confirmed that he did show up at Ivleri to report for duties, but however, hours later, he received a transfer letter. And moving on, a Durban Backlands Georgetown couple was on Wednesday sentenced to 3 years imprisonment each for stabbing their neighbor. The defendants, 30-year-old Kimo Harlequin and 26-year-old Kenny's Bob, were not required to plead to the indictable charge that alleged that they unlawfully and maliciously wounded Jermaine Sampson with the intent to maim, disfigure, disable, or cause grievous bodily harm to the victim. And now let's tell you the Guyana Police Force yesterday reported that another child from Region 1 was allegedly raped. The child, a 10-year-old girl, was raped and left unconscious by one of her relatives, who is presently in custody. According to a police report, on Wednesday, the girl was left in the custody of the close relative. The report alleged that around 10 hours 30, she endured forcible sexual assault by the said relative, which left her unconscious. It is understood that after the child's relative allegedly raped her, he then threatened to kill her if she told anyone what happened. And now let's tell you, Eco Atlantic Oil and Gas Limited yesterday announced that the steady increase in world oil prices will potentially see it moving ahead to monetize the heavy oil found in its Oranduke block in 2019. The discovery was first made on August 12th last year by Tullow Oil, the operator of the block. The Oranduke block is adjacent and updip to the ExxonMobil operated Stabroek block. Back in August 2019, Eco Atlantic and Oranduke JV partners announced 2 massive oil finds from its Jethro 1 and Joe 1 wells, estimated to hold at least 4 billion barrels of oil. In other news, among a number of recommendations given at the virtual launch of the Participatory Assessment and Geographic Database of Indigenous Peoples' Lands Tenure in Guyana, the Amerindian Peoples Association has recommended that concessions be revoked once given without free prior and informed consent. The research project, which began since 2012, sought to assess indigenous villages in regions 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9, and many of the villages were having land conflicts. Key finds based on the research were presented to the APA's Governance and Rights Coordinator Laura George. It must be noted that the research included 49 new local indigenous researchers. And that brings us to the end of this evening's newscast. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories. Pick up a copy